Tarrant County Master Gardener Association has partnered with the Tarrant Regional Water District to encourage water conservation. TRWD maintains 4 area lakes and pipelines needed to provide surface water to local water treatment plants so they can clean that water to meet drinking standards for our communities. They also work with many cities in Tarrant County, such as Fort Worth, Arlington, Mansfield, and many others, to provide water conservation programs to the community. Conservation is an important water supply strategy to help meet the needs of our growing population. There are currently 2.3 million people living in Tarrant County, and this is expected to double over the next 50 years. At SaveTarrantWater.com, you can sign up for free weekly watering advice custom to your location. If you're a resident of Tarrant County, you can sign up for a free sprinkler's checkup where a licensed irrigator comes to your home, provides a comprehensive evaluation of your system with recommendations to reduce water waste. There's also an event calendar where you can find information about future classes and workshops. So be sure and check out SaveTarrantWater.com to sign up for their free services.
Today we're going to introduce you to insect hotels with beneficial insects and pollination. I'm John Cheney, and this is Insect Hotels. I am a master gardener, a master composter, citizen forester, and master naturalist. And I look forward to sharing with you your ability to use your creativity to build insect hotels and to find out more about them today. Insects provide many benefits to the ecosystem through pollination. It's clear bee hotels work if you use the right kind and maintain them correctly. Creating an insect hotel on your own is an easy way to add a creative and functional feature to your garden. The most important thing is to keep the insect hotels as natural as possible. Building an insect hotel is easy to do and allows you to use your creativity. It's a good idea to draw up your hotel and plan prior to building it. Your hotel should have an overhanging roof to keep the interior dry and out of the wind. Cover the entrance with screen to keep birds out. Do not use plastic or glass pieces as interior fill. Insect hotels are simply man-made replicas of natural habitats insects search for in the wild. I am excited today as we are going to have a chance to share the new concept of insect hotels and beneficial insects and pollination. This is your chance to activate your creative inner self-artist builder, and most often using recycled materials. This is an example for you of the first insect hotel we're going to look at today. It's very colorful. You can use different colors like the red they used in this one. And of course it has a roof that overhangs to keep the wind out and the insects dry. What does pollination do? It transfers pollen to the same species of plant, fertilization. It fertilizes the female plant and provides successful fruit and seed reproduction. Types of pollination are wind and water, self-pollinating, and some require bees, butterflies, or mammals to pollinate the plant. A pollinator is an animal or insect. Pollen from the male anther goes to the female stigma, and fertilization is the result. There's our beautiful first example for you of an insect hotel. Pollinator attractants are things that attract the birds and beetles and insects to the plants. Birds visit red flowers. Beetles visit white flowers with little nectar. So do different attractants attract different pollinators. For example, monarch butterflies love milkweed. This is another example of an insect hotel. And these people were very creative, and you notice they have a vacancy sign on their hotel and a room rate example on the left side. It's a beautiful insect hotel. Different types of pollinators for bees. Bees have a fuzzy electrostatic charge, and pollen grains adhere to their bodies. Bees gather nectar because it is a concentrated energy source, and pollen is a high-protein food for bees. Honeybees have hind leg collectors. They're called a pollen basket. Other pollinators in the wild are blue bottleflies, bumblebees, and orchard mason bees, and leaf cutter bees. Lepidoptera pollinators are butterflies and moths. They are not pollinators of food crops. Tobacco, yucca, and orchids are specific species. Hoverfly pollinators are flowering plant pollinators. They are the second most important pollinator. They are considered non-selective pollinators. Vertebrate pollinators are bats, birds, monkeys, possums, rodents, lizards, and even humans. Bees, pollen wasps, flies, mosquitoes, butterflies and moths, and vertebrates such as bats and birds are also pollinators. This is a great example of an insect hotel. It's called the Fountain, and it's an insect house, they call it. It's made up of various things, rock, potted pots for plants, more rock, bricks, and wood pieces. Pollination is necessary for plant life. Insects aid in plant life. Beneficial insects control others, that is, the bad bugs. Created habitats aid beneficial insects. Thus, we have insect hotels. Beneficial insects provide valued services like pollination and pest control. This is an example of another insect hotel. It's got a wood roof and it's got bricks as well as hay and wood pieces inside the insect hotel. The thing I would do with this insect hotel is raise it off the ground. They should be 1 meter high or 1 to 3 feet high off the ground. Insect hotel management. It's a pest control strategy. Professionals call it integrated pest management, or IPM. Enclosed area insects are used, for example, a greenhouse. This is another example of a wonderful insect hotel that has a wood roof. Wood roofs don't last as long as if you use other things such as plastic, metal, and other longer lasting rooftops, such as asbestos shingles. This particular insect hotel does not have an overhang. It should have one. It does have wire over the insect hotel to keep birds away. Beneficial insects. The concept or definition is very subjective. Insects that assist in production are what we are looking for. Described outcomes we're looking for are pest control, habitat integration, and natural vitality aesthetics. Assassin bugs. Assassin bugs prey on aphids, caterpillars, beetles, leafhoppers, and other bad insects. They do not like to be handled, but these are good bugs that you want in your garden and on your flowers. Green lacewings. Green or brown lacewings are an aphid lion, they're also called, is known to eat as many as 600 bad aphids per day. Wasps and hornets. Though often considered pests, these insects feed heavily on caterpillars and other soft-bodied insects. Wasps found in the insect hotels usually do not sting, and they are not like the normal wasp that you try to kill around your house. So you may want to leave the wasps alone if you find some in your insect hotel. Praying mantis are a good reputation bug, but they eat relatively few insects in the garden. Lady beetles. Lady beetles are adults and larvae. They attack aphids, the bad bugs, mites, insect eggs, and small insects. Predaceous ground beetles. These beetles are large, dark, and sometimes metallic. They feed along the ground on soft-bodied insects, especially at night. Benefits of insect hotels. They supplement loss of insect habitat. They encourage beneficial insects to control pests. They improve biodiversity. They improve ecological balance in the garden, and it's a great chance for you to educate children. Good bees are honeybees and predatory bees and ground bees. Companion plants attract bees. Bee balm is a good one, as is pineapple sage. 95% of bees are not honeybees or hive bees. They are called solitary bees. They are independent bees living in the ground or in insect hotels. Attractants, specifically for predatory bees, are Queen Anne's lace plant and parsley. There are 3,500 species of native bees. Other beneficial insects are earwigs, green lacewings, ladybugs, and the mealy bug destroyer. Other beneficial insects include soldier beetles, cyprid fly, tachinid fly, and trichogramma wasps. Attractive plants for bees are alfalfa, cilantro, cosmos, dill, fennel, and of course, milkweed. Other plants that they like are parsley, Queen Anne's lace, roses, sunflowers, wildflowers, and yarrow. This is another example of an insect hotel. This one's mounted on a tree. You can also mount them on poles. This one has a good metal roof and a little bit of overhang to keep the insect hotel dry and free from wind. It is covered with metal to keep the birds away from eating the insects. Keys to increasing your beneficial insects. You want to use native plants, plants from your local area. The habitat is great because we're creating it with an insect hotel. And if you get a chance, you want to remove the invasive species. Keys to beneficial insect increasing are hardwood and native tree mulch, organic fertilizers or compost, targeted pest control, and avoiding the use of synthetic fertilizers. You want to avoid toxic pesticides, herbicides, and fungicides because they kill your beneficial insects. You want to avoid invasive plants and non-native plants. This is an example of a very pretty insect hotel. Its one flaw is the roof does not slant and it does not overhang the insect hotel. It also should be a foot off the ground, but it's a beautiful one with the green mosses and plant pots, and of course they used different bricks to make it interesting. Invasive non-native plants. Avoid bamboo, Johnson grass, nandina, periwinkle, and Brazilian verbena. Avoid Chinese plants, privet, which is most common in Texas, wisteria, and honeysuckle. Other invasive non-native plants include kudzu, tamarisk, tropical soda apple, and Chinese tallow trees. References for these sources are Dr. Harold Garrett, the Dirt Doctor, TexasInvasive.org, and Texas Department of Agriculture. Bee hotels. Solitary bees need our help. There are 20,000 recorded bee species. 95% of bee species are solitary bees. Hundreds of crops and 90% of the world's food supply need bees and insects to pollinate these plants. 4,000 vegetable varieties require bee pollination. Insect hotels can be built with repurposed materials. Use your artistic talent to build an insect hotel. You can use pallets, you can use wood, natural materials, and other things including stone, rock, concrete, and flower pots. No insect hotel is built wrong. Here's a neat one made out of pallets, and it doesn't have a roof, and it's not off the ground, but those are things you might want to add to your insect hotel. It's got rocks around the base for an interesting concept. Know your insects. Ladybugs like to have dry sticks and leaves. Lacewings enjoy straw and cardboard. These are excellent for your aphid control in your garden. Bees like holes in wood, piles of sticks, piles of leaves, bamboo tubes, wood triangle pieces, and cardboard shredded pieces. Bad bugs include the thrip. It's a very bad bug for your garden. Another one is the tomato hornworm. These are easy for you to dispatch by hand. Another bad bug is the Japanese beetle. You don't want these in your garden. The potato beetle is another bad bug. The stink bug is a bad bug for your garden. 400 million insects. These are the number of insects in 1 acre. Isn't that amazing? 97% of insect species are either beneficial or innocent bystanders. Wood fillers for your insect hotels include hardwood branches, logs with holes drilled in the end, log pieces, hardwood chunks, wood triangles, and stacks of wood. The reason we drill the holes in the wood is to give the bees a place to live. Other fillers include bamboo in bundles or in large hollow pieces, round river rocks, limestone rocks, volcanic rocks, and rocks with holes in them. Here's a cute looking insect hotel. Has a little chimney effect on the top. It's got moss on top, and it has a slight overhang, and it's a 4-sided one. The only thing you could do really to improve this one is to raise it a foot or so off the ground. Other fillers include flower pots. You can use flower pots turned upside down, right side up, sideways, or broken up. Cardboard can be used in many ways. You can use it stacked in piles, you can crumple it, you can bend it, or you can use it in irregular stacks. Bricks, straw, leather pieces, burlap, and clothing are all utilized as insect house fillers. Wire fillers. You can use wire fillers for many things. Most commonly it's used to cover the insect hotel so that birds cannot get to the insects to eat them. You can use wire balls stacked inside a cubbyhole in the insect hotel. You can use folded wire in the insect hotel to make little crevices for the bugs to live in. Or you can make colorful exhibits in your insect hotel using colored wire. Barbed wire can also be utilized. You want to be careful though for when you're cleaning your insect hotel out to not get caught on the barbed wire. Roofing for an insect hotel, you want to usually use some kind of roofing that will last a while. Wood does not last as long as metal roofing, asbestos shingle roofing, license plate roofs, or plastic roofs. These are all longer term roofs than wood material roofs. Many people start building their insect hotels with pallets, 2x4s, plywood, stones, or wood pieces. Wood boxes, wood cabinets, old consoles, dressers, metal cabinets, and sometimes automobile parts are used for the basic bone part of your insect hotel. Here's an example of a large insect hotel that's very creative. They started with the outer circular area there made of sticks, and then they built the inside using pieces of wood and various forms of wood and stone. There's stone at the top inside of this insect hotel, stone at the bottom as well. European gardens have well-documented use of insect hotels. They contribute to fertilization. They're used in botanic gardens and outside homes in Europe. Funny names for insect hotels include insect hotel, insect house, bee hotel, bee house, insect building, butterfly house, and bug hotel. Hotel California, creepy crawly towers, and milagro, which is Spanish, bat house, insect in house, insect in hotel, and bug stack mansion. Insect condo, bug stack, insect accommodation, solitary bee house, wild bee in house, nest boxes, and trap nests. This is another example of a bug hotel. It has a solid roof, it has a little bit of overhang, and it uses brick to raise it 1 foot off the ground. You want to face your insect hotel to the south or southwest. A roof is suggested. Limits of this are only your imagination. Most insect hotels are made of wood. Some are made of metal, concrete, and stone. You can use almost any filler. Here's an example of an insect hotel. The young lady does not come with the insect hotel, unfortunately. It does have a nice overhang roof on this one. It is up off the ground, and it has a lot of wood with holes drilled in it for bee habitat. This is another prototype of an insect hotel using various materials. This one is using a mailbox as an insect hotel. Here's another example. This one has a scalloped front on it, very creative, with a nice roof, and it's up off the ground. This is another concept insect hotel to allow different kinds of bugs to get to the interior. This is a German insect hotel, and it's very colorful. It has red, and you can use various colors. You're not limited. It's only your imagination that limits you in building your insect hotel. This one has an asbestos roof, and it's up off the ground. This is another example of an insect hotel concept. This young lady is enjoying putting a material into her Buzzy Bug Hotel, an insect hotel. This is another concept of an insect hotel. It's up off the ground, and it has a license plate roof called the Hotel California. Here's 3 examples of insect hotels, and they have overhangs, and they have metal roofs, and they will last quite a while. One's on a post, one's just up off the ground, and one is right on the ground. Another example of an insect hotel with an open space in the middle. Here's an example of one turned at an angle, and it does have all the holes in the wood for the insects to get in. It's got hay and wood pieces. Another example of an insect hotel with compartments. This is a very creative one. Somebody used their imagination. They used pots, and they used wood pieces and sticks, and they have a very unique roof concept. Here's another example of an insect hotel concept. Here's one that's built and hung on a tree. You can also hang them on poles, and it's a cute little insect hotel. There's another concept using wood pieces. And here is an insect hotel with a vacancy sign, and it has the open concept in the top layer. Here's a little town built as an insect hotel on top of stone. It's a concept. And here is a round one. This is very unique, very colorful, got the blue in the middle, and has wood pieces all around, and it's circular pieces. Here's an example of an insect hotel using wood at the bottom with brick at the very bottom, and it's up off the ground, has a metal roof. Here is a huge insect hotel built in Europe, and it's made of wood pieces primarily, and it's right on the ground. Here's another example of a small triangular wood-shaped wood hotel, and this could easily be mounted on a tree or a pole. This is a unique concept for an insect hotel made of a tree stump, and it has the overhanging roof, and it has wire to keep the birds away, and it has the open concept in the top section. And the type of insects we're trying to attract are bees and small insects like lacewings, these kind of insects that are beneficial to your garden to pollinate. Here's another example. This one's in the form of a church, a little insect hotel that will be easily mounted on a pole. Here's a French example of an insect hotel. They have wire cover and they have an overhanging roof, and it's mounted up off the ground. Another example of an insect hotel using sticks and various other wood materials. Here's a unique one. This one has utilized 2x4s for the base and shelving, and then it uses natural materials. It's up off the ground, and the top is very unique in that it has 5 little mini insect hotels at the top, and they all have good roofs on them. This is your example again, this one with different kinds of wood in it. Here's another example of an apartment or wood compartmented type insect hotel. This one's a sectioned insect hotel divided into 6 sections with different unique materials. It has a very large overhanging roof, and it keeps the wind out of your insect hotel and keeps it dry. The one flaw with this one is it's mounted on the ground. This is a beautiful insect hotel concept made of stone. Stone is stacked neatly, creating a roof, and the interior being made of wood and wood pieces. This will attract bees, lacewings, and other kinds of beneficial insects to your garden. This is another insect hotel concept, kind of a strange size and shape. Unique, beautiful bee hotel, primarily built for bees. It has the roof that sheds water. It has a great overhang. It keeps the wind out, and it has all the holes in the wood for bees to live in. In summary, we discussed today beneficial insects, plant propagation, and insect hotels. We thank you for listening today and learning about insect hotels. This is John Cheney.